Okay, and another sign is that you were targeted ever since birth. So the people in the system, they already knew that you were different. And so they had this systematic plan to oppress you, to target you ever since you were little because since we live in a sick world and everything is fueled by the ego and fear and money and power and just a bunch of foolishness, that really it's just a distraction to actually do the inner work and actually realize that human beings are very powerful beings. They don't want us to know that. They don't want us to know that each one of us were very powerful, and this whole system is just a distraction for to distract us from our true spiritual selves. And you were targeted ever since you were little because you automatically just you stand out and you behave, you dress differently. You don't just follow social norms, you do your own thing. You're not easily convinced, you're not easily influenced. You know right from wrong, and you know that most people are just being straight into darkness and they're just doing all the wrong things just to fit in. But as a chosen one, you end up, you know that doing the right thing is more important than just being liked by the world, because you're not made to fit into this world to begin with. The reason why you were born the way that you are differently is because God made you in His image. He put the Spirit in you. So automatically that threatens the kingdom of darkness, the world that we live in. And you being the light, it opposes everything that the system is meant to do, to keep everyone suppressed, to keep them distracted. And so you think for yourself as well. You don't allow other people to think for you. You're an independent thinker, you're free-spirited. You're not easily convinced by people just trying to tell you a story, and you're not going to believe everything of it because you know that not everything that people say is the truth, that people love to lie a lot, and most people are just full of lies. But your discernment, you're able to see that, and you're able to walk in truth and walk in the light. And if you were to walk in lies, then you would just be just as miserable as they are. But since you live in the light, you stand for the truth. That's what sets you apart. It's that you're a truth seeker, and you would never be able to live a lie because your spirit, it's not going to allow you to ever be deceived in a lie. So that also goes with you're not easily influenced. You don't follow social norms. You tend to do things your way, not the way that other people want you to do them. And that really irritates people who have controlling issues. So people who want to control other people and who want to tell people, oh, you should be this way. You're not easily controlled, so that irritates these people who are dealing with their own issues. They want to control you and they can't, and it causes them to just lash out at you. And you always do what feels right for you. You don't do what feels right for other people. You tend to follow your soul. Wherever your soul is leading you to, that's where you follow it. You don't follow just blind sheeps. You follow your true calling. And you tend to do things differently as well. You dress differently. You stand out. You don't just go with the new trends with, females just showing all their body and just sleeping around. You don't do everything that everyone else is doing because you don't want to. That's why. And because God will not allow you to do that because you live a righteous life. So it also means that people will hold you to a high standard. They will micromanage you. They will make sure that you don't do what everyone else does. And if you end up making a mistake, people will literally call it out on you and tell you, hey, you're not allowed to do this. So God, literally, He won't allow you to make a lot of mistakes. You're all constantly working on improving yourself each and every day to living a righteous life that God wants you to live. You're not living for the people. You're living for God, and you're living for salvation. That's it, for your soul. So you care more about the soul instead of like the outer appearance of people as well. You're not superficial. You're not driven by the ego. You don't really care about the money. You don't care about people who think that they're better than you just because they have a better car or any materialistic thing. That doesn't really attract you, because what you're attracted to souls, the soul connection that you share with other people. You're attracted to their energy, not how they look, not how they dress, not people who just want to come to you and tell you, oh, look, I've done this with my life, and none of that really attracts you, and you're not entertained by any of it. You could care less. You also don't care about negative gossiping. That tends to just be a waste of time to you. You want to do something more productive with your life. You're constantly looking for ways to be more productive, to innovate new ideas, and just be in a creative mindset. So you would rather be spending your time, doing something more productive than just wasting your time around just negative people who are just constantly just trying to one-up each other because their ego is just in control over their friends and everything. When they're with their friends, they're just constantly playing this ego, like, oh, look at my new phone, or look at this, or look at what I got. You could care less about any of that, because it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. And with that comes a lot of jealousy. A lot of people will be jealous of your personality. They'll be jealous of your energy. They'll be jealous of the way that you love other people, because they lack. And it automatically makes them feel jealous. Like, oh, she has something that I want, or she doesn't deserve to have that. And just entitled people. You're going to attract a lot of selfish, entitled people into your life who are going to make you feel like you're not good enough. That they're going to try to put self-doubt into your mind. They're going to try to make you feel fearful, make you feel like what you want is impossible, but it's just because they're jealous, and they're going to downplay your accomplishments. You're not going to be getting attention for doing good in your life. They're never going to acknowledge the fact that in the spiritual realm, you're a lot more advanced than they are, and you have more wisdom than they are. So you'll even get people trying to argue with you, but you don't need to argue back with them, because it's just a waste of time. You're both living with different intelligence level. Your consciousness is, you're more aware of why people do what they do, so you won't waste your time with jealous people. And you need to distance yourself from envious and jealous people, because they're really snakes. And even the snakes will try to pretend like they're your friend, and they'll try to pretend like they're for you, but in reality they're just trying to find ways to destroy what you have going on, and they're trying to find ways to compete with you and one-up you every time. I had a very jealous, envious old best friend, and it's just the things that they do when they're jealous. They'll antagonize you. They'll try to point out your weaknesses and laugh at you in front of other people. So they'll mock you. They'll do different things, but it all comes down to being envious and jealous of you. And the fact that they can't stand the fact that you are who you say you are, and they want to try to paint you out to be something that you're not, just because they want to steal your spotlight. And it's really sad to see that, because you're creating this beautiful friendship in your mind, and you think that, oh, both of us have the same intentions towards one another. The whole time they're looking for ways to compete with you. So every time you win, they feel like they're losing, and every time you're doing bad, they feel like they're winning. And it creates this very toxic, destructive relationship, and that's why you should distance yourself away from these envious, jealous people, because they truly love you, but at the same time they hate you. But that hate is going to overtake that love, and it's going to cause them to do really nasty, evil things to you. So an envious spirit is a dangerous spirit. They can do really harmful things to you when they're envious of you. Like, I'm talking about unspeakable things to you, because they want to be you secretly, and they think that you don't deserve to be where you're at. But what they don't see is that you worked hard. You paid the price to be who you are today. But they think that everything was just handed to you, that you just got lucky. But it's just the way that they think. It's very small-minded, and they live with a lack mindset. They think that there's only so much for them, and they have to be selfish. So always be aware of that when you're facing jealous and envious people, is that they're gaining their validation through comparing their life. Another sign that you're a chosen one is that life has not been easy for you. You've gone through a lot of traumatic experiences. You've gone through a lot of experiences that were meant to keep you down and keep you stuck, but your spirit is so powerful and strong that you always get back up, and you're able to gain even more wisdom through every difficult experience in your life. And every bad experience that you've had, all the betrayal, all the losses, all the setbacks, each and every time people tried to throw your name through the mud and just try to destroy your life and ruin you, no matter what, they've never been able to destroy that beautiful light that shines bright. And your energy, they've never been able to keep you down, because God won't allow it. And God is the one who has given you the anointing, and He's the one who knows what He's doing in your life. So always remember that you will gain justice, and God is always for you. So it doesn't matter who's against you in this life. And be proud of being a chosen one, because it's an honor to be one of God's children and to be being loved by Him. His love is unconditional. His love will never fail you. His love will never betray you. He'll never, ever try to harm you. And He is the light of this world. And so you having that light in this world, be proud to be all for God. And no matter what, we're always going to be going through spiritual warfare. But we always have to keep in mind that we're doing this for God. We're doing this for salvation. We're doing this to help heal the world and to help them get out of that dark place that they're in and help them follow the light. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, blessed day, and continue to be yourselves, continue to stay true to who you are, and continue to share that beautiful light with the world. Bye.